Welcome, everybody, to our GFI overview. I'd like to thank all you guys for coming out today. I think you're going to be in for a treat. We have one of my mentors, one of my brothers from another mother, a gentleman that's helped both me and my significant other build an incredible business here. My camera's messing up a little bit, a little bit of technical difficulties. But I just want to, again, take the time to personally thank this gentleman. This gentleman is doing incredible things in the industry, especially for the Latin Hispanic community. He's absolutely leading the charge. I know he's helped both, myself and Julie, work with a couple of our Spanish speaking, actually quite a few of our Spanish speaking agents, putting on countless trainings for us, giving us countless mentorship, him and his incredible wife, Isa. And we're just truly proud to have been aligned with this gentleman and this family. We were definitely, all taking our time and, working to truly spread this, financial education message out to the masses. And I'm just an honored and just blessed just to be, called a friend, not only a friend, but a brother of this gentleman. And, myself, I got started in the industry. I mean, oh my gosh, it starts maybe probably about 20 some years ago is when I first broke into the industry and, kind of cut my teeth. And I saw the need, even back then, as a young man, just understanding what this knowledge meant and then what this, information could do, for my community. Fast forward now to about 2 years ago, have also been myself, now officially a broker. And just, going out here, spreading the message and really bringing this, much needed education and much needed, I would say, value to the marketplace. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Marcel Macias. Again, just an incredible man, human being, incredible family man. And, Julie and I truly are blessed and honored that, you guys actually came over to us and tapped us on the shoulder and said that you would personally be mentoring us. So that kind of blew my mind. And we were just, ever since then, just been thoroughly, excited and just happy to just, be in business and just be in life with this gentleman and his family. So without further ado, Mr. Marcel Macias.
Hey, thank you, my brother. Thank you very much for the introduction. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here with all of you. We have about, let me see, 410 people that are joining us right now. I am Marcel Macias. I am a executive marketing director with Global Financial Impact, and it's an honor and privilege to be here with you guys today. I'll tell you just a little bit about myself, and then I'll get going with today's presentation or a business overview. I'm originally from Colombia. I live in South Florida. I've been in South Florida for 27 years now. I moved to the US, went to school on finance, and I've been part of the financial industry for the last 22 years, more or less. So since I was 5, basically, I've been part of the industry. Now, the reason why I started in personal finances, really, it's because I went to school, for finance, and I used to manage really large investment projects in multifamily development projects. And I used to manage like 20, 30, 40, $50 million. And I thought, well, I have a background in finance. I'm managing a bunch of money. I'm probably doing everything right until I actually sat with a financial advisor. And I realized that I was making a ton of mistakes, so many mistakes, it was crazy. So it got me thinking, wow, if I'm making all these mistakes and I actually kind of have a little bit of knowledge, how is the average person doing it? And it just, it got me thinking, and it made me change my career from working in finance at a corporate level to working in finance at a personal level. And then the other thing that got me thinking back then was when I was managing all these projects, I managed the money, the finances. So I knew how much money I was making for the company. And they were paying me about 10% of the money that I was producing for the company. And by the way, nothing against the owners of the company, and the managing partner is still a good friend of mine, but I didn't want to continue to build somebody else's business. I wanted to use my most productive days and hours of my life to building something for me and my family, and not for somebody else's family, right? So that made me move over to personal finances about 7 years ago. Best thing I've ever done, right? For my career, for myself as a person, and for my family for sure. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to tell you a little bit about who we are as a company, what we do, how we do it, what makes us different, and why having you as part of our company will be beneficial to us and beneficial to you and your community as well. So I am going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get going today. All right, here we go. So the name of our company, it's Global Financial Impact. And it's not just a name. That's really who we are as a, in our core, and it's what we're looking to do. We're looking to impact the globe, impact the world, not just the United States. We're going to start here, right? We're going to start at home, but then we're going to impact everywhere else as well. And we are inspiring families to dream again. What does that mean for us? It means that we are that inspiration to people, right? And we work in spirit. So our main focus is to actually help those families to dream, to live their dream, like live out their dreams, whatever that is. That's what we want to do. Now, our mission as a company is to become the #1 inspirational marketing in finances, right? So financial company. Inspirational marketing is what? Is to use marketing to inspire people. So from a client standpoint, we want them to actually live the American dream. Most families in the US are actually kind of living a nightmare, not a dream. And it's ironic. We are one of the wealthiest countries in the world, and people are having issues financially. So we want to be that light. We want to help them actually reach that, the American dream, whatever that is, to all of you. And then from an agent standpoint, kind of the same thing. We want you to live out your dream. What is it that you want your life to be like? We want you to be the architect of your own life. That's what we're here to do. Now, our vision as a company is to empower 100 million families to achieve financial independence, both clients and our own sales force, right? Our own agents. And the next one is to help more people become millionaires than any other company in history, right? And number 3, to be the largest financial leadership movement in the industry. Like, we're actually here to rewrite history, to disrupt the industry. And we'll make sure to do that with your help, right? So our core values, what is it? What are our strengths? What is it that we do very, very well? So number 1 is a strength of character, right? Ed, would you agree with me that going into business with someone that has strength of character is very important? Probably one of the most important things. Well, that's what you'll find here with us. Number 2 is respect. We treat others the way we want to be treated. Full transparency. What you see is exactly what you get. All right. So there's no games played here. Loyalty. We are loyal to helping our clients. We're loyal to our clients. We're loyal to our business partners, our family, and everybody else. Growth. We actually believe that we should be better every single day. So we are always working towards growth and excellence. Brotherhood and sisterhood. We are a family, and you probably have heard that before, but we truly, really are a family. And I can give you countless examples of that. But for example, when we were in COVID, we had a couple of team members that were very ill, very sick because of COVID, and everybody got together, and we were delivering groceries to them and cooking food and bringing it over to them. I mean, we truly are a family. And then leadership by example. There's nothing that the leaders of this company will ask you to do that they have not done before. And as a matter of fact, they are leading the charge. They're in the front, right? So that's the type of leader that you want to follow, right? It's someone that is doing what they're saying, what they're preaching, they're doing, and they're still active in the field, and so we can follow their footsteps. Now, let's talk about our credibility for a second. So we are in partnership with a company by the name of Ethos, and you may have seen them already, actually, because they're pretty much in every social media platform and online, Google, etc. Ethos is a technology platform. So these guys provide technology to us, and we're changing the industry as it is just because of technology, because it allows us to actually approve clients immediately, instantly. So before, average in the industry was 4 or 6 weeks to approve a client, which means that if something happened in between, the client maybe wasn't covered yet, we can actually do that was taking 4 to 6 weeks, can actually do it in 15 minutes or less. So now we're approving clients, we're helping families instantly, immediately, and we're also democratizing the way people can access financial services. So it's no longer having to go through a tedious process, long process, sitting with a bunch of different people in order to accomplish that. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually do it on your own, by yourself, or with the help of a professional, like many of our colleagues here. Then the next one is, all of our founders have over 20 years of experience or more. None of our executive team has less than 20 years of experience in the industry. So we have over 80 years of combined experience. We are in partnership with more than 25 financial institutions. Very important for us as professionals and for our clients is that all of them are Fortune 500 and all of them are A+ rated. We won't allow anybody other than companies with those rankings enter our platform. So very important to know that. We have industry-leading persistency. And why is that important? Because persistency means how long our clients stay with us. And we're right around 90%. That means that out of 100,000 clients or 100 clients, 90 of them are going to be with us long-term. The reason why that's important is because our products and services are designed to be long-term. We're talking about retirement or insurance, protection, future, college. Those are all long-term strategies. We are licensed in all 50 states, so we can help everybody. Puerto Rico, Canada, the Virgin Islands. And by the way, we're also licensed in 33, and I apologize, it used to be 21, but now it's 33 different countries. So regardless of where you're from or where you want to make a difference, you'll be able to do it with our platform. By the way, we are the only US broker that has the ability to serve more than 33 countries. Now, as important as that is, right? Something that's just as important is our strength in selection. So not only do we have 25+ companies, we have the best companies. Definitely the best companies in the industry. We've taken this very, very seriously, taking months and months and months of analyzing, studying, and interviewing companies to bring to our platform. So I'll give you just a couple of examples. A company like Foresters, for example, 150 years in the industry, one of the leading companies in life insurance in general, but they are a nonprofit that are meant to serve our communities. I'll give you an example. If a couple, husband and wife, get a life insurance policy and they both die, to their son, Foresters, aside from paying the death benefit, right, of course, they will actually give $900 a month for that kid, that child, to have their needs covered up to age 18. And once they're 18 years of age, they can actually get $25,000 in scholarships so that that child can go to college. So again, we partner with people that see the world the way we do, and it's that they have as a mission and a vision to make our world better. Another company, just to give you a last example, National Life Group. This is the second oldest insurance company in the United States. They've been around for 175 years. They serve every market, every community. They have one of the best products we've ever seen in the industry, and they're one of our premier or preferred providers in our platform. So you, as a professional in the financial industry, you can rest assured that you will be working with the best companies and the best products out of the best companies. Now, one of the biggest things that we do as financial professionals is to educate the consumer. And so I'm sure you guys would agree with me that making money in the United States is not really the problem. The problem is not making money. The problem is what we do with the money we make. Most people, unfortunately, have not received any financial education. And so they make money, but they spend money more than they make, right? So they get into this, what they call the rat race, where they're never getting ahead of themselves. So we educate. We use something called the 3 rules of money. And rule number 1 is called the rule of 72. This is a mathematical formula that allows us to understand how often our money is going to double if we're using compound interest to grow our money. And so what the rule says is that if you take 72 and you divide it by the interest rate that your money is making you, The result will be the number of years that your money will take to double. I'll give you two quick examples. Let's just say that your money is earning 1%. 72 divided by 1 is 72, which means that if your money is earning 1%, you will double your money every 72 years. So somebody at age 29 started with $10,000. When they're 101, they'll have 20,000, right? So who's excited about that? How is that enough, right, for retirement or your future, whatever it is that you're saving for? Obviously not. So now let's move on to the other side of the spectrum. Let's say that now your money's growing at a 12% rate of return. 72 divided by 12, it's 6. So now your money's doubling every 6 years. Now this makes a whole lot more sense. A 29-year-old with $10,000, by the time they're 65, they have $640,000 just out of $10,000. When they're 71, they're a millionaire. 1.2, almost $1.3 million. And that's only putting $1,000, to work for you. So as financial professionals, we explain the rule of 72, number one. But more important than that is we help our clients implement the rule of 72 in their lives. Number two, we actually teach them how to grow their money. And there's fixed accounts where you could actually get a fixed interest rate, right? Like a CD, for example. But the issue with those accounts is that the rate of return is very low. So normally you get 2, 3%. By the way, right now you may be able to get 4% or so. But the reason why you can get 4% is because inflation is higher than that. So by design, those products will always earn less than inflation. Then we have variable products. When we talk about variable products, we're basically talking about the stock market. And in the stock market, yes, you have a lot of potential growth, but also a lot of risk. When the market goes up, my money goes up. When the market comes down, my money comes down with the market, okay? Nothing against variable accounts, but there is a high level of risk with them. Just to give you an example, most of the retirement money in the United States, it's actually held in variable accounts. And in 2022, those accounts lost 23% in average. And then we go to indexed accounts. And indexed accounts are kind of the best of both worlds, because in an indexed account, you take advantage of the market. When the market goes up, you make money. However, when the market comes down, your money does not come down with the market, but because these products have a minimum guaranteed interest. This basically follows Warren Buffett's rules to invest in money. And I think Warren Buffett knows a thing or two about investing, right? So Warren Buffett says that he only has 2 rules when investing money. Rule number 1, his money can only go up. Rule number 2, never forget about rule number 1. And so that's what we do when we index products, okay? Then number 3 is the rule of taxes. When we create a gain, right? When we earn money in the country, we have to pay taxes, and there's 3 different categories. So category number 1 is tax now products. These are products where you're paying taxes on your gains annually. For example, a mutual fund or a CD. Then you have tax later or tax deferred accounts. These are accounts where when you're putting money into the account, you're not paying any taxes. But at the end, when you go to take money out, now you have to pay taxes on the money you put in, plus the interest that you get. All right. So for example, 401ks, the most common retirement account in the United States is in this category. And so what happens is this. Let's say you have a 30, 35-year-old that starts putting money into a 401k. They're not paying any taxes. They're postponing their taxes. By the time they're 65, 67, 69, whenever they want to retire, let's just say that they grew that money into $1 million. Well, now when they need the money the most, they actually have to split it with Uncle Sam, right? So at around 20 to 30% will be the tax bracket at that point. So now $200,000 to $300,000 will go into the IRS. And then the last category as far as taxes is tax advantaged accounts. We can't call them tax-free because they're only tax-free as long as you use them correctly, okay? So the gains will be tax-free if you use them correctly. And there's not a lot of products here, but we do have some, like Roth IRA. It's a retirement account that could be used for that. Executive bonus plans as well. And something that we call commonly investment-grade life insurance. These are life insurance contracts that are meant to grow your money tax-free and with no risk of the market. So these are some of the most common and popular products that we work with as professionals. Now, this is our entire service menu to our clients. So we help them create wealth accumulation strategies where there is no taxes, right? Where you don't have to share that with the IRS. Asset protection. This is very important, critical. We help our clients take the money that they're growing and protect it so that when the market drops or there's another recession or depression, whatever it is, their money is okay, it's safe. College funding, college planning. So that's actually another pandemic that we're having, right? Another issue that we're having is student loan debt is higher than ever in the history of the country, and the average interest rate paid on student loans is 7%, very high. So a lot of cases, for our kids to go to school, they get into debt, and they end up with hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt before they've made a penny. They're already $100,000, $200,000 in debt. So we can avoid that by planning properly, ahead of time. Then debt management and debt consolidation. Average family has about $16,000 in credit card debt. It's not counting everything else. So we help them with that as well. Infinite banking or family banking, it means leverage. It means using some financial products to be able to use somebody else's money as opposed to yours so that your money continues to grow. This is something that the wealthy have always done. But what we're doing, as I said initially, is we're democratizing all this information. We're taking this to middle-class America so that we can all do the same. We can all have the same results. Life insurance and living benefits. So we help our clients protect their biggest asset, which is their life and their loved ones. Not just in case they pass away, but in case they get sick or they're disabled, they can't produce anymore. Well, now they have money to cover any needs they have. Estate planning, not only creating assets, but protecting those assets legally. Any type of retirement account, and we index those accounts so they don't lose money in the market. Strategies for business owners, final expense. I mean, we pretty much cover just about everything in the financial industry. And by the way, not only do we cover just about everything in the financial industry, we are in the largest industry in the world. The financial industry is $109 trillion. It's actually doubled the next two largest industries together. So if you put together real estate and retail, that's about half of the financial industry. And you know why? Because every industry, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, every industry needs the financial industry to survive, right? So everything kind of comes through the financial industry. And that's why I feel it makes sense to build a business in the financial industry. Now, there's some things that are not going correctly in our country, and we're here to correct that. So, for example, average retirement account for someone from age 60 to 69 is $182,000. Think about this. How many years can somebody live or survive in retirement with $182,000? 4 or 5 years, maybe? I don't even think they'll be able to do that. Now, 40% of divorces are because of finances, are because of financial problems. It's the #1 cause for divorce in the United States. So that's something that we should eradicate as well, right? 63% of the country lives paycheck to paycheck. I mean, this just gets worse and worse and worse, right? 67 of them have never made a financial plan. So they don't know. They know they need to get somewhere, but they don't know how. As a matter of fact, 68% of those understand that they're not on track. So they don't have a plan, but they know that they're not on track to get to retirement the right way. So those are big issues, and we have the solution for them. And that's the reason why we're sitting here with you today, because we need people like you to become professionals in the financial industry and to help our community. Now, timing is everything. And you picked the perfect time, the best time, statistically, the best time to become part of the industry, to become a professional, build a career, and create a business in the financial industry. And the reason behind that is that we have something called the baby boomer generation. You probably have heard of it. Those guys were born around 1946, and the last baby boomer will retire in 2030. They'll be 65 in 2030. And so those guys, every industry that they've touched has exploded. So, when they were born, it was the baby food industry, then the toy industry. As they got a little bit older, fast food, cars, real estate. Well, now they're retired or retiring. And so what that means is that all the money they accumulated, and that's the generation that was able to accumulate the highest amount of wealth. So now that money, they moved from the accumulation phase to the distribution phase. So now they have to take that money that they accumulated and they have to live with it. And that means that we're going to have $68 trillion that will transfer hands. And as financial professionals, we're going to help that happen. We're going to facilitate that. All right. So we're going to help people that are retiring do it the right way. And we're going to help people that are entering the financial industry build wealth as well. So we're going to benefit from both, and we're going to benefit from helping people. Now, we've created something a little bit different than the traditional financial industry. We actually have something called a hybrid model, and it's built in 4 different areas. So the first one is inspirational marketing. We have taken marketing to inspire people. That's our job. That's our heartbeat. What we do is we inspire people to dream the right way, to live the American dream, to be architects of their own lives. So that's number one. Number two, we've combined that with the largest industry in the world at the best time the industry has ever had, which is the financial services industry with $109 trillion, right? Then we've taken a franchising model, right? Like McDonald's, for example, or Starbucks, or any of those where there's a proven system where you can actually own a company within a company and then have as many as you want. And then we've taken from the real estate and mortgage industry in 2 different aspects. So you could actually be a broker, just like in real estate, and have agents within your agency. And from as far as like the mortgage broker industry, well, also we got the fact that you get paid in advance for the work you do, just like loan officers and mortgage brokers do. I'll get into that in a second. There's 6 ways in which we get paid. So one wasn't enough, right? So we didn't just make income. We wanted to have diversified ways, right, in which we make money. So the first one is personal income. And what does this mean? When you help a family. So you go out there, you help families, and you make money on helping families. And this is one of the best things about our business model, our company, and is this. The more money your clients save, the more money you make. So it's a win-win. And even better than that, your commission does not come from your client. Your commission does not come from your client. The financial institution that you and your client select for your client will pay you for bringing in a client. So your client wins, that financial institution wins, and you as a financial professional win as well. It's a win-win-win. Number 2, agency income. So once you have your own agency, you're going to make a percentage of everything your agency produces. Expansion income. Once you have an agency, you could actually develop as many agencies as you want in all 50 states, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, etc. Bonus income. Every month, you'll get a bonus based on the overall production of your agency. Recurring and renewal income. You will sit with your client, you'll set up whatever financial strategy is best for your client, and you're going to get paid on that strategy that you created for your client a minimum of 10 years. But in many instances, for the life of your client, for the life of that account that you created. And then, last but not least, stock options, equity options, profit sharing. What does this mean? Our company is private, but our intention is to take this company public by 2030. Between now and then, once you're an agency owner, you'll be able to get stock from the company, while it's private. So when we go public and the company is sold publicly, you could actually participate in the sale of the company, okay? And by the way, I've seen this, being in the industry 20 plus years, and money that is made when the company goes public is money that cannot be made working 10 or 20 lifetimes. So, it's unbelievable to have that opportunity. Now, I want to give you an actual example of how you're going to be compensated in the industry and with our business model specifically. So let's just say, for argument's sake, that we're going to help a person save $500 a month. That is what we call monthly premium in our industry. We multiply that by 12, and that's $6,000 a year. So that's the annual premium. That's the amount from which you will be compensated, $6,000 a year. And as I said before, your client just got approved. He made one contribution into his account, and you'll be paid for the entire year. Now, when you start with us and you finish your training program, you're going to be an associate at a 45% commission, which means if you help a $500 a month client, you're making $2,700 on that client. As your volume increases, as you create your own agency, etc., your commissions will continue to grow. Then you go to 50%, 60%. And once you're at an agency owner, right, a contract level, or executive marketing director is what we call it in our company, you will be at 85% compensation, personal compensation, which means you help the same $500 a month client, and you will be making $5,100 on that client. So then it just becomes a numbers game, right? Let's just say that once you have your own agency, you help one family per week save $500 a month. Can we help one family a week? I think that's very reasonable, right? I think that's super part-time, right? Like that's very, very low, but we want to be conservative with the numbers. So you help one household $5,100 a week. You're making $265,000 per year in personal income. But do we want to help more people or less people? We want to help more people, right? So instead of just doing it myself, now I'm going to build a team of 6 professionals like myself so that we can go all in help people. And every one of them will help one family a week. So now I'm helping one, every one of my 6 agents is helping one. And what I make out of that is $14,400 per week in passive income, which means $748,000 passive. It would be an $84,000 a year, a month income, over $1 million a year in income. So just so you know, this is the wealthiest, the highest paid industry in the world. If you Google what industry has the highest number of the most number of millionaires, you will find that is the financial industry. So there's 2 ways of doing this. The traditional way is the traditional, insurance or financial services companies where you go and you buy a franchise. If you want to have your own business, you buy a franchise. They're average about $100,000 to $250,000 to buy one. And what you get is you get the name of the company. You can use the name of the franchise. You have a system, right? A platform of technology that you can use, and then the products you can sell. In our case, $199. It's all it takes. With $199, you fill out an application, you go through the process. It actually includes, by the way, the pre-licensing class that you have to do. Those are state requirements. It includes the background check that you have to go through, state requirements as well. All of that is included. And once you're licensed, we're going to train you on how to get your own agency without having to buy it. And you'll get everything else that a traditional agency will give you and much, much, much more. As a matter of fact, you'll get all of this that you see in this slide now. And this is what makes it special. It's not just the fact that you don't have to spend $100,000 or $200,000 to buy a traditional agency. It's what you get in return, right, for being a part of our organization. And it's this. Number one, ownership opportunity. So you have your own agency, but aside from that, you'll be able to participate in the equity share program. Number 2, the most competitive personal and builders compensation contract. And I already showed you some of that. Number 3, only Fortune 500 A+ rated companies, only the best of the best for your clients. Number 4, we travel the world, and we travel with style. We really do. And I hope you like traveling. I hope you like traveling free, because you're going to do a whole lot of that if that's what you like. Just to give you an example, we just came back from Puerto Rico a couple of days ago. We're going to Mexico next week, or 2 weeks from now, I'm sorry. Then we're going to go to San Francisco. Then we have Puerto Rico again. I'm sorry, Mexico again. We travel like every other month. I can't even count them, right? But if you like traveling, welcome. You'll do a lot of that. Winning culture. we are a winning team. We are a winning company. Like I told you guys, the founders of these companies have had the biggest growth and the fastest growth in the last 10 years in the entire industry. And so we know how to win. But just so you know, winning to us means being the best professionals we can be, helping as many people as possible, being the best husbands and wives and parents and parents, and daughters and sons, being the best person I can be, best individuals we can be. That's winning for us. A proven system. So we have developed over 25, 26 millionaires in the last 12 months, 24 months or so. We'll continue to do that. Leadership by example. I said this at the beginning. Everything that we'll ask you to do, everything that's in our system and our processes, we have already done. And we will continue to do to show you that it works. The fulfillment formula. I think that this is the heartbeat of our company. The fulfillment formula is what we have to offer, who we are, and what we are about. And that's called the 5 F's. And it's this: faith. We're a company of faith, and we respect all faiths. It doesn't matter what yours is. It's important to have faith. Number 2 is family. We are all about family. So every time we have an event, we have a trip, whatever it is, your significant other, your spouse will always be invited. Your kids will be invited as well. And then finance, we actually practice what we preach, right? Then fitness, it doesn't make sense to have all the money in the world if you don't have the health to be able to enjoy it. So fitness is important. And then fun. Work hard, play hard. We really truly believe in both, right? So the next thing that makes us different and makes us special is charity work and contribution to the world. So yes, we're changing the financial industry with our products, and our agents have changed their lives, etc. But aside from that, we give back to the world. So I'll give you an example. We normally select, and this year we'll select a handful of our agents, and they're going to choose a charity, whatever charity is important to them. And we are going to match any contribution that any of our agents make to that charity. So again, we really want to change the world. And then our technology platform, it's cutting edge, it's completely different than what you find in the industry generally, and has made our jobs so much better and made us so much more effective with what we do, which means we can help more people and we can do it faster. So as we wrap up, where did you see yourself starting out? You may be able to say, you know what, this sounds good, but I want to try it myself. I want to make sure that this is as good as they say it is. Sure, by all means, become a client first. Get with the person that invited you today, go through a financial analysis, and then become a client and go through that experience. Why not? Or, hey, you know what? I'm too busy, but it sounds interesting. I'm just going to be a referral agent. No problem at all. You can do that. We'll help you get a license. It's a quick process. Once you're licensed, you refer any client, potential client, and then now we can split the commission with you. Revenue sharing. So if you obtain a license and maybe you're a professional, you're a CPA or accountant, an attorney, real estate, anything like that, and you just want to help your book of business, your clients you already have, you can send those clients over and we'll share the revenue with you. Or maybe you say, you know what, I love what I hear. I want to do this, but I have a full-time job. I can't quit just yet. No problem. We are one of the few financial institutions that will actually allow you to start part-time as you build your business. So keep your full-time job, start part-time. You won't need more than 5 or 10 hours a week to get started, and we'll help you along the way. Or maybe you say, you know what, this is too good. I'm just going to go all in. I want to do this and start full-time. By all means, you can do that as well. We'll walk you through the process. We'll have you making money in no time. We'll have you trained, properly licensed, obviously, and you'll see the benefits right away. Or this is what I was looking for. This is what I dreamed of my entire life. I want to have my own agency. I don't want to work for anybody. Yes, I'll start in somebody's agency, but I want to have my own business. I want to build a business. I want to leave something behind. I want to create a legacy. This is the perfect place to do it. We have a program that is designed to allow you to have your own agency in your first year. Okay, so if that's what you want, absolutely, we'll put you in that program. We'll train you, coach you, mentor you, and you will be able to have your own agency in 12 months or less. as long as you follow the system correctly, okay? So I want to close out with something. I want to end with this. Life is about decisions. The decisions that you made a year, 2 years, 5 years ago has you where you are today. If you make a decision today, that'll affect the next 1, 2, 3, 5 years of your life. Not doing anything differently is a decision. But if you do the same you've done, you'll have the same results. So I encourage you to make a decision that will get you closer to the life you're looking for. Whether that is to organize your finances or you start your own business, whatever it is, make sure that the decision you make today will actually get you closer to the life you're looking for, okay? So I will leave you with that. Get with the person that invited you today and just ask them, hey, what are my next steps? What should I do next? And I hope to see you very, very soon in our license trainings and events, okay? So this was all for me. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I appreciate you guys being here with us today. Have a good weekend.
Hey, feeling good.